What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about kind of like just taking well, let's just step it back. This might be a longer video, but I just feel like I've always been preaching in my YouTube videos, and I'm not really obviously I know the conspiracies, I know the spiritual stuff, but I'm more about how do we handle everything now. These birds are out here really chirping. I think they heard me. I said, hey guys, can we quiet it down a little bit? They heard me. But it's just like my channel's all about how do we be present, how do we handle the now, how do we digest this, because you go on YouTube and everybody's talking about self-help, how to do X, and it all feels as if it's just no one talks about how it really feels. And I feel like I've been one of the only ones to ever talk about how it really feels. Like sometimes you just don't feel like doing anything. Sometimes you just feel like you can't even get out of bed, tired, and so I kind of want to just stay true to that and just keep talking about how do we deal with things in the now. And so the video, like I said, you go and load up any conspiracy and everything's talking about the future. And how I already told you how if you keep thinking about what's going to happen in the future, well, you're giving acceptance to it. And I think it's like a hive mind. So, by more people who think that way, it gets like acceptance, right? So then it eventually happens. So in 20, 30 years, that's why, same thing with 1984. I think, so this is another reason why I thought about it. I had a book idea and I really wanted to, it was kind of going to be not a 1984, but it was just going to be hey, this cycle keeps repeating over and over and over again. But then I thought about it. I'm thinking about it, and this could be another excuse just to not write it. Maybe it won't add to it, but I just thought about it. When he makes 1984, he puts it into the system. Everybody reads it. The collective then agrees upon it, and then that reality happens. It's what I talked about. It makes you start to think, is everybody an agent at this point? I feel like there's more agents than there are real human beings around in this world. I mean, in the Matrix, there was more agents than people, which to me makes sense. I feel like it's the only way. I feel like if we found out that there was 100 million real people, and they say there's 7 billion people, and there's only 100 million, and if that 100 million are very, very, very spread out, just something to think about. I'm just tired of you load up YouTube and no one wants to live in the now. Everybody's living in this false reality. They're tying themselves to this false reality. They're already putting themselves in a disadvantage and they won't admit it. And that's what I keep trying to tell people. Stop trying to live in these false realities where a false reality could just be something as simple as saying, I'm not going to be successful. Well, if you walk around every day telling yourself you're not going to be successful, no matter what happens, you're not going to be successful. Even if something's happening to you in your mind, it's not. So it's a false reality. And that's what these people are doing. And I'm really not for it. And I'm really I've been just really thinking about what's going on in this world and how everything really is to detach us spiritually. We don't want to know what's going on spiritually because we can't see the world. We can't see that world. I feel like if we had if we were playing a simulator game, and you see the health bar next to the character, I feel like we don't know what our health bar is because I feel like that's supposed to be part of the game, I guess. Just thinking about stuff like that because and I understand that we have to be 100% human in this life, we have to be 100% human. We can't even be thinking about the spiritual world, but at the same time, I feel like they put us in such a bind that we have to be more concerned with the spiritual than our own life. Because hear me out. Everything they've done is so evil that by us participating in it, we're getting that secondhand evil, right? And that's why they always have to come out and admit what they're doing is wrong. So if we are not aware of everything that we're partaking in as evil, that means our spirit's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of tainted. We got to cleanse ourselves, but I don't even know how, you know what I mean? I remember watching, it's interesting, like Turtle Island, Native American, they say that, America is Turtle Island. But it was interesting because, I was watching and they say the East is the elephant, and it's supposed to represent like male and female energy. And I was just like thinking to myself, but like, what is the deeper meaning to that? What is the deeper meaning to that? You know what I mean? It's all these ancient beliefs, you got to think deeper. And I think it's very, very tough because everything, but at the same time, I don't know if anybody else is thinking like me. I feel like the truth is right in front of you and you just like can't see it. And that's why they say the truth is hidden in plain sight. It's easier to hide the truth in plain sight. Definitely. I can't even think about it. Like, I can't even see, like, for example, I was watching Ross Ben, and, like, ball 4 was ball 4, supposed to represent, God, like, the deity, ball. And then also, like, ball 4 was, like, some dude who, like, did some type of, like, genocide on some people. It's like, they put it in front of you. But are you willing to see? And it's like, no. Are you willing to do the homework, or are you? But that's another thing. I think in this life, you get detached in two different ways. I think you either get detached spiritually or physically. You get detached from one's body. And in certain stories, sometimes when you get detached from a body, hosts can take over. And so you're kind of watching yourself. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, think about how many times have you taken a breath in a day, right? So hold on, go like this. Hold for a couple. Exhale for a couple. Now inhale. We're doing it together, right? Okay, now how many of those breaths have you taken any day? Now think about a week. Now think about a month. How many times have you consciously taken a breath? So if that's not you, so if you were going through your life just like this, not even breathing, not even really being aware, breath breathes life back into you, so you can kind of digest what's going on. That's why I always say, think about when you're playing sports. When is it that you get fully locked in? When do you get locked in when you're taking? It's when you're breathing deeper. In sports, you go, my nose all clogged, right? And then you're like this. You're like super hyper aware of your surroundings. You're ready. You're locked in. You're engaged. Why? That's when you fully are in your body. We are detached from our body physically. We're detached from our body spiritually. And all you go on YouTube and see is people just talking about self-help. And we're not talking about the real. What's going on? What's causing the detachment? How do we get undetached? How do we fix? They'll just say like, you're an emotional eater. You're a depressed eater. You're a smoker because you're stressed. It's like we are diagnosing this one part. And then we're also like giving ourselves, that's another thing I really want to talk about. We're like giving ourselves like crutches. And that's one thing I hate. One thing I hate is because I live in the world where, yeah, I understand racism exists, but at the end of the day, in my world and where I live, you're either a real human being, you're a real boy Pinocchio, or you're a fake, like, or you're fake, like, you know what I mean? Like, because you're the wooden boy, you know what I mean? Because I only look at you as if you have either you're real or you're not real. I kind of don't view race anymore. And in that world, when I've taken a step back from, this is a while ago, obviously. This is, a long time ago. But when you take a step back and you don't hyper focus on race, sorry, when you don't hyper focus on race and you don't hyper focus on differences, because that's what they want us to do, right? They want us to focus on how we're different more than we are alike. And when you take a step back and you go, wait, let me just focus on who's real and who's not real, you'll start to notice that people want to be different. People want to succumb to their differences. People want to have this like crutch on them just to use it. And it's like I don't care to like people always be like think about it, like people who like nowadays in this movement, it's like you have to mention, oh no, I'm autistic, I'm trans, I'm X, I'm black, I'm minority, I'm this, and I'm da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like it's their whole personality on being different, and it's their crutch. And this is why X, instead of just saying, hey, I'm a person and I'm not gonna let my differences be the reason for X. That's what the whole point is. I'm not gonna let. I think isn't that every story ever? And it's like somehow we flip the script. Isn't every story about somebody overcoming some of their difference and then they're just being accepted? I don't know. Isn't that Othello in Shakespeare, the black commander? He was black, but he ended up being like the lead general in the army. Like, it's about overcoming, and who cares? He doesn't even mention, you don't even know well, I guess they know he's black because the other people are saying he's black, but like, he doesn't even mention it, and I think that's the point. I don't know, I just like get so mad about it. Like, sorry. And then they get mad that you don't, like, if I tell another black people that I don't care that I'm like at a disadvantage or something blacker, they're like, oh, you're not, da-da-da-da. Like, they're mad that you're not also like using things as a crutch. No, I'm not. It's not. I'm living in now. I'm not living in this forward or the past or. These birds are flying all around. They're having a little too much fun. All right, not a negative Nancy, but these birds are flying all over the place. Yeah, that was it. I'm sorry it was about a rant today, but I don't know if I said anything crazy or anything deep, but I'm just like really like noticing, like I really like it's like I want to write a book, right, about the now, but it's like, do I want to be a George Orwell, put it in the fucking Matrix? I mean, we are in the Matrix. I think there's no doubt about that. Maybe there is a doubt about that. Damn, yeah, these birds are scary. I don't know. How do let me end the video on some positive note. I feel like I've been positive. I feel like I'm just vibing right now. Let me end on notes. So what do I do when I need a reset? What do I do when I need a reset? When I need a reset, it's something about resetting dopamine. That's definitely step one. I hate to sound corny, but that's definitely true. You got to go for walks. You got to go for a long walk. You got to honestly, I don't care what anybody says. I think you need to not work out. It's not working out. That's the thing. I don't want to be a part of that either. It's not working out. It could even be something as simple as sitting outside for 4 hours a day. You need the connection with the sun. I think that's all it is. I think it's the sun. I think when you're not getting enough sun, and when you're not, because even sitting in the sun is physical activity. Like, honestly, it is. Like, when you just sit in that sun, you be cooked. You be worked. But for me personally, when I'm depressed, I'm emotionally eating. I like to go either for a fast. I like to go for walks, and I like to go for long walks every day until I feel reset, I feel down, I feel grounded. And then, honestly, trying to fix my sleep schedule the best I can. And then, honestly, like waking up early, but not too late, not too early. That's why I said, I feel like, but at the same time, though, I feel like everything is supposed to be on your own time, natural time. Like, there's nothing wrong with waking up at 8 a.m., getting your day started, you know what I mean? Sorry I'm ranting this video, but I'm just like, I'm just thinking about life, and I'm like, thinking about like, what, like, how it's unfortunate that the circumstances we're in, that we're not really fully able to live it. So when we're not able to live life, everybody just keeps talking about what ifs and the future and the past instead of the present. And I'm talking about the present we're not living. So we're doing mental gymnastics. We're doing mental gymnastics to trick ourselves into being like, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. And the thing is, none of it aligns with you. You can tell, because if nothing aligns with you, you spiritually can't do it for longer than, I don't know, let's say, I don't know. But I know for me, it's like, I can't, sometimes I spiritually trick myself into like, or mentally trick myself into like being like, oh, I really like this thing, and I don't. I think we just got to realize the mental gymnastics we go through. That bird, see, that's what I'm saying. Oh, that's an owl? Oh, no, that's the big bully on the block. They all chirping. Look, they all starting to move. Why the big bully got to come? Is she going to eat one of these birds? That's fucked. I wish I could be like Shoo. Yeah, that's crazy. So the bird landed on the tree to the left, and they're all in these bushes, and they all moved right. The bird just moved right, and they all moved left. Damn, the big bullies on the block. They are, oh shit. They're all flying away. The big bully on the block fucked everything up. Oh, she's trying to eat one of them. They all dipped. I'm sorry I'm giving y'all a play-by-play. They was flying at me, yo. All right, I'm about to be done. I'm just saying, everybody's doing mental gymnastics on why they like do something, and it's so frustrating. And nothing makes me more mad than when you're lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. You're only hurting yourself. All right, that's really it. Okay, be safe. Love y'all. Bye.